Welcome back to Sort of Sophisticated, the podcast where if you Google it, because I just did that before we just turned on these mics, Amanda, an AI overview says, I quote, mind you, I have it right here, an informal term that suggests an attempt or aspiration towards being sophisticated without fully achieving it. It can be used to describe a person or thing that is somewhat cultured, refined, or complex. Or, check this out, Amanda, you're not going to believe this, it can refer to the title of a podcast, Sort of Sophisticated with Pete and Amanda, which aims to enlighten listeners on topics that make them more interesting and worldly.
No.
It says that. Check.
Oh my God.
Literally, the Google AI. We made it. We made it. I totally did this.
Look at us.
We're
Googleable.
We are
We're
official.
an adjective.
Yes. And what is so frightening about this concept is I'm going to guess that, like, maybe not Google, but like AI or like certainly Alexa already knows what we're about to talk about this week. Because like of all the research I do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like if I literally
Your digital footprint.
Yes. If I asked Alexa right now, like, hey, what's the new episode going to be about? I bet she's going to know. That's crazy shit, isn't it?
All right. I don't know. That's weird.
I think it's
a little scary.
I think it's a little cool. Oh. Personally.
Okay. Not just that computers are taking over the world.
They are taking over the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And for those of you guys following along, like at YouTube, like at home or anything, I apologize if my pits start to sweat a little bit through this episode because Genius over here likes to keep the air conditioning at like 85 degrees. So it's like a sauna. It's literally a sauna in here. The only good
I don't
news
know
is
what it is for guys. Like women, we go through menopause. I don't know what it is
you're
for
like
guys.
30 years old. So like bring it down like 500 notches right now.
But you're not. And so whatever the equivalency to menopause is what you are.
No, halfway through this episode, I'm literally going to peel off my underwear on camera. That's how bad this is right now.
It's a whole different level of sort of sophisticated.
Yeah, right? It is. It's not sophisticated at all. It's barbaric is what it is. Can we get to the topic, please, today?
I've been waiting.
More importantly,
we've gone from AI. We've gone from you sweating and being pre-menopausal. I don't know.
There's a lot happening. I know. I'm going to need a drink. I think I'm going to need a drink. Where's our office manager? Let's get a drink in here, damn it. Okay. First, I got to tell you what kicked off this episode because I like doing that. Then I'm going to tell you what the episode is.
Really? You're just going to tell us what got up your craw?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but this is actually a good one.
All right.
Right. So one of my children called me earlier this week, and I'm not going to tell you which child because, I don't want to like sell them out or anything. But we'll call them they. Can I call them they right now? Well, I can't even do that. Oh, my God. I apologize to the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just going to say one of my children called me, right, to this earlier this week.
Great, yes.
And said, Dad, I'm going in the boss's office right now. I'm asking for a raise. What do I do? Because I don't want to sound like a jerk. And you always tell me, like, I'm an entitled Gen Zer. So, like, help now.
Okay.
And I was like.
I mean, good for them for, like, having confidence to be able to ask you.
Yes, but, like, that's a thing. You don't just, like, that's like a deep dad conversation. That's not like a, here it is in 2 minutes or less.
But if you also think about it, how many dads would actually know the answer to that?
I don't know if I knew the answer.
Oh, no, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
Well, I think I gave some
or at least like solid advice.
Well, yeah. So I did.
Okay.
And here's the deal. I'm not going to tell you what I said right now. Do you know why?
Because we're going to learn about it.
Because we have to do a whole podcast on it. So instead of helping my child, what I did was I said, "Hey, they, this is
Can't say they.
Hey, child of mine, child number X of mine. This is a really good topic for a podcast. So instead of me helping you right now, I'm going to go start writing an episode."
Dad moment.
So there's that.
Dad one.
Right, totally. Okay, so the official name of this episode, if you'd like, is called Show Me the Money, The Art of Negotiating a Raise.
All right.
Yes, we're going to learn.
I'm going to say, I know nothing about this.
Dude, we're going to learn all
I'm
about
self-employed.
First
of
all, yeah. Well, but you give raises.
To myself.
No, like Bethany.
But that's like, she earns it and we just.
Okay, so you deal with it.
She hasn't even asked for one.
It's in your world.
Okay, fine.
All right. All I'm going to say is we're going through a bunch of shit today.
Okay.
We're going through history.
All right.
We'll go fast through history because I know you don't.
There's history about how to ask for a raise.
There's a little bit of history. Right. Then we're going to do this
I think
whole.
You're pulling shit out of your ass now.
Oh my God. I am my underwear. Okay. This is unbelievable. All right. Then we're going to chat a little bit about like how to set up for the ask. Then we're going to act. We're going to go through like I don't want to say role playing, but we'll do like the thing we did before, like how to negotiate. We're going to give the step-by-step process.
Okay.
We're giving the cheat code.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
go. Then, spoiler alert, like if the boss says no, we're actually going to say like how to deal with that.
Oh.
Because the convo ain't over yet.
Okay.
So like this is like action-packed.
So instead of like dangling the carrot, are you ready to get going, or are we just going to keep talking about what we're talking about before we talk about it?
I'm going to take that as Amanda would like to move on.
Okay, so is your word of the day compensation?
Here we go. Compensation. Compensation now begins. No.
What? Concentration?
Yeah, don't you remember that? Did you play that with your kids?
Concentration. Yeah, you're just using the wrong word. But
okay, whatever. All right. You want the word?
Yeah.
Crepitate.
I'm sorry, what?
Crepitate. Yes, crepitate.
Like crepe paper? Like crepe?
Yep, like crepes.
Oh, I don't know.
You're eating crepes.
You're constipated with crepes?
No, not at
all.
I don't know. No. It means to make a crackling sound. Crepitate.
I mean, if you were constipated with crepes, maybe you'd make a crackling sound.
You would, actually.
I'm just kidding.
Think about it. So you're onto something. Check this out. Yes, listen. From the Latin verb crepare, to rattle, it got popular in the early 17th century and was used to describe breaking wind. That's how it started. Crepitate. So you didn't even know. Okay.
Not too far off.
Then it disappears for a while. And then most recently made a comeback in the late 20th century and now is actually used as crackling. So like a crepitating fire, like a crackling fire.
Okay.
Crepitate. You with me?
Yeah.
All right.
So are we starting that?
Yeah, we're totally starting.
Oh, okay. So do I just barge into my boss, not boss's office and be like, hey, man, I deserve a raise?
If you don't want to get one, yes.
Oh, okay.
Do it just that way. That's perfect.
So then?
And then you could do me a favor. You could crepitate all over him and then run right out. And there we go. Just be like, okay.
But
I got to do history first.
Okay, I was going to say,
what?
yes. I was going to say, you mentioned that there was some history,
right,
which I don't really believe.
We'll do history.
So go ahead and convince me that there's history of asking my boss.
History.
Okay, here we are.
All right. Industrial Revolution. Before the Industrial Revolution.
I got opinions about Industrial Revolution. Okay, fine.
We're going back before that.
Okay, before. Pre.
Right. So here's how it started. Slaves, indentured servants, all that stuff. A bunch of rulers, plantation owners, right, did sort of whatever they wanted to. I mean, some people were getting paid, but most people were like working and then like just trying to get freedom, right? Like that's like how this whole system started to begin with.
So instead of asking for money, did they ask for freedom?
Well, some of them asked for freedom. Yeah. But like not a lot.
Equivalency is what
not a lot of them got freedom, right? Like let's cut the shit. Okay. And even if you were getting paid, it was like by piece or harvest or bushel. I don't know. But like it was like read the Bible, right? Like a day's wage, right? Like all the parables that say like this is what this man's worth. It's a day's wage. Like so people it was random. They just made shit up. It wasn't about raises as much as like just getting people paid for like service.
Okay.
You with me so far, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like a lot of times it was room and board even. In most cases it was room and board. Okay. Fast forwarding. I'm fast forwarding far. Here we go. 17th, 18th century. All right. Okay. I'm already in there, right? So factories start becoming a thing, right? Industrial Revolution, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Some geniuses figure out they could standardize pay. Let's go. Okay.
So is this where like the hourly wage comes in?
Yes. Bingo.
Okay.
Perfect. You're right on track. Raises weren't a thing yet, but like hourly wage was a thing. So the only way to get a raise like at that time was you'd have to like, I don't know, not like rebel, fight. You'd get together as a group of people and go to.
Is this also how unions then started?
Okay. You're ahead of me. Yes. So you're moving me fast through history on purpose.
Oh,
I can see what's happening. No, it's fine.
So, but it kind of tracks though,
That's
right?
Exactly
it's like
right.
Before it was like you were a slave for you were a slave,
yes.
and then you would work for room and board, and then
yes.
you would work for food or whatever.
Yes, correct.
And then now it became like standardized.
Then
we
you
have
work
hourly
for pay.
wage.
Yep. And then there was no raises, so you all have to collectively get together. And
because
that's when
multiple voices are more than one.
Bingo.
Okay.
Absolutely right. Labor unions are born. Here we go. Labor Day. You remember the episode on Labor Day? We talked about. Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm going so fast. Is because we've already educated me about this.
Right. I'm moving quick. Okay. Okay. So basically, then fast forward to 20th century. Okay. Yeah. All right. So like 1900s. Like here we are. Instead of labor unions, now companies, General Motors.
Okay.
IBM, like big AT&T,
oh,
big companies.
Yeah.
They start doing
corporations.
Yes, they start doing the annual performance reviews.
Now, was that
they started them.
Right. So did they start them though in order to get like better productivity?
Yes, of course.
Or in order to fire people?
I would say all of those things.
Okay.
But what came from that was now it was individualized raises, not collective bargaining anymore.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's still labor unions and there's still bargaining. I get the whole concept. But generally speaking.
But instead of being like, I treat you all the same,
right.
each individual
General Motors and
AT&T,
they all said, like, we're evaluating you. This is what's going on.
I mean, fair.
Right? Yes.
I don't like group projects for the reason of I do more work than most of the people.
Thank you very much.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but
no, that was
true.
That was a little flex.
I mean,
remember when you learned the word flex? You're flexing. Okay, so fast forward, early 2000s. Early 2000s, that's when it shifted again to more of like this cultural expectation. cost of living increase. When am I going to get my cost of living increase? Like, people expected raises every year. Like, give me
Okay, so we went from
performance reviews for like 50 years to like, you owe me something.
entitlement.
Yes,
Okay.
you owe me something. Okay. So that goes on for a while.
But is that also because like Social Security would give raises, COLA?
Shit, I think so. I mean, you're asking some deep
I
philosophical
don't know, because then it's
questions
like,
here.
well, then did the government start that, or was it really people had to have this expectation?
I don't even know. Like, these are good questions you're bringing up. I have to do more homework after this episode because of you. Good
Sorry.
work. No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so where are we? Like the 2010s, right around there? I don't know. Okay, so then the tech bubble hits, and that like threw a wrench in everything, because now it was about merit, right? It was about individual negotiation. It was about talent rather than loyalty or like you deserve this or anything else. So that's sort of when the landscape started changing for the first time from waiting for the raise or getting it through a performance review to having to be good at promoting yourself and negotiating the raise. So welcome Gen Z.
So do people today don't get raises based off of performance reviews?
No, so I would say no, totally like they do. In my company, they do.
They do, right?
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
So this is then when I'm getting that report back.
Yes.
And you tell me, oh,
Yes.
this is your raise.
No.
I then negotiate at this point in time.
No, I'm saying absolutely not. Like, so we're a manufacturing company. So like, I don't love to use where I work as like the example here.
Correct. But just
like,
generally,
we're
when do I
manufacturing.
negotiate
You
in this
negotiate.
process?
This is my whole point. This is what we're going to talk about. You have to negotiate for yourself all the time. It is
this is not just a...
No, this is continuous. This is the
Oh.
culture that shifted. So that's what I'm saying. Now that we're in 2020s, I don't know if it's a result of COVID. I don't know if it's a result of Gen Z coming in the workforce. I mean, there's a lot of pieces at play here, right? It's
Okay.
tough.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if you don't open your mouth now, the likelihood of you being able to receive compensation is lower.
Oh,
That's that. And
interesting.
so you have to figure out this humble brag thing. That's
Okay.
very complicated. Thus, the reason my kid called and said, "What do I do? I got to figure this out."
Interesting.
So here we are.
I didn't realize
Did we
that.
get through history?
Yes.
So we're up to today?
Yes.
All right, fine.
We just like hopped and skipped.
We hopped and skipped and jumped. All right, enough of this history crap. Let's get down to brass tacks. Can we do brass tacks now?
I'm ready. What does brass tacks mean?
Brass tacks. It's like get down to the meat of the matter.
Oh, okay.
like you get, yeah.
we're buckling down.
We're yes.
Strapping in.
There's
Okay.
all of those things. Don't ask me the etymology of brass tacks. I just know
I'm not.
there's a lot of brass tacks laying
Okay.
around, and we have to get to them
Okay.
right now.
Right now.
Okay, can I start with a fun fact? I got a fun fact. Can
Oh,
do a
I
fun fact?
love fun facts.
You ready for this?
I'm
okay.
ready.
According to Glassdoor, 60% of the employees surveyed accepted their last job offer without a negotiation.
Okay. So they saw it on whatever that website's called.
You want a super fun
Idea.
fact before you start
Oh,
asking,
sorry, go
going
ahead,
crazy
go
on this
ahead.
whole thing? 54% said they didn't even negotiate their last raise. Just hand it to them. Just give
But
them
I mean,
it.
like,
They accept it.
So I do believe that. That seems like a very believable fact because
Why?
when you apply for a job, you see what your
Right.
salary is. Oh, I don't know. I think it just takes like balls, and I don't know if everyone got them cojones there. I have never.
Thank God for
never
us. Thank God for this pod.
negotiated.
We're negotiating. You own your own business. Of course,
But
you're not
even
negotiating.
pre that,
Okay.
right?
I didn't negotiate.
Never.
I didn't negotiate. I was a Gen X. I didn't know two shits.
But now, are we negotiating because it's a cultural change, or are we negotiating because we feel like we're entitled to more?
This is what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Because this is not about entry level positions. I'm not
I
like
know you're saying
right.
like once you're.
right. So it's just all about aligning value, right?
Okay.
I think is what's important here.
So wait, clarification. You said
What?
you never negotiated.
Yes.
So you never negotiated for your salary
To start with.
when you
totally.
got
Right, right.
hired.
Yeah.
But did you ask for a raise?
Wow, you're asking the wrong person. No. So technically, I've never asked.
Okay,
for
so you've
raises.
never done what you're just going to preach.
I'm a different generation. Remember the point of this podcast. We are not trying to reach old men like me. We're trying to help millennials and Gen Zers. There is something I have learned in all this because although I wasn't on the asking part of the raise, I was on the receiving end of asking for a raise.
Yeah.
Right?
You're the boss.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I was younger, it would piss me off. Like people would come in the office and be like, "Hey, boss, I want to raise da da da." And I'm like, "What the hell? Like enough."
Again, because it wasn't
decide when
in
I
your generation.
But I also think that was a leadership problem for me because now,
Okay.
like, so long leadership journey, right? 31 years of doing all this stuff. You start to figure out it was less about them being arrogant and them being entitled. And it was a lot more about them trying to align their value, what they believed their value was, with how the company valued them. So it was alignment, really, more than anything else. And as a younger leader, it was hard for me to see that. As an older leader, I don't mind the conversation. It doesn't mean they're all getting raises, but I absolutely invite the conversation into the room now.
Okay.
No problem.
Do
Totally
you
different.
think that people, I mean, money is an important issue.
Yeah.
And it's livelihood and standard of living.
Yes,
I get
it
that.
is. Yeah.
But I guess my question is, do you think this is happening more often because people aren't feeling the value at their company, or they're not being fulfilled in that way, versus
I think the market's driving
asking
it.
for a
market is driving
raise?
it.
Like, but I guess the core of it is, are they asking for a raise for the monetary value of it solely, or are they asking for it because they're wanting to see and be validated in their value in the company?
If they do their research right, they're realizing what their value is in the marketplace, in the economy, externally.
So you're just saying, when you compare, I'm sure you're going to go into it, of
Yes,
just like, you
right.
compare your position, your title
Yes,
to
of
other.
course. That's one of the key things we're going to chat about a little bit. Yes. So
But then do you think people compare apples to apples?
no, that's
Okay.
all day long. You run into problems there, but that's what we're here for. Like
Okay.
we're going to help them sort it out.
Okay.
Sort of.
Sort of. Here we are.
Exactly. Can I PSA? I got a PSA right now.
Which
Can I
type of PSA?
What are you talking about? I want to do a public service announcement.
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Not your prostate count.
Oh, yeah, it is PSA.
Uh-huh.
I got that checked recently. I'm solid.
Oh, good.
I'm
I'm
good.
glad I know
Yeah,
you
no,
did.
I'm
So,
very,
okay,
very
good.
proud of myself. Anybody that cares, Pete's PSA levels, solid. No problem. Shout out to Dr. Ann Ford. Excellent lady. Okay, anyway, here's a PSA. Nobody's walking in the office tomorrow after listening to this podcast episode and getting a raise. This is bullshit. We're laying groundwork. Like, this is going to take a while.
You got to build up to it.
This is totally building up to this. We got to lay groundwork. The whole problem is that when my kid called, it's the awkward conversation. That's what people avoid. That's what bosses hate. That's what the employee hates. It's all confusing. It's all like, hey, I want to talk about my value, blah, blah. But here's the rub. The rub is, if you lay all the groundwork and all the things we talk about in advance, this conversation gets very simple, very fast. So my
Does
PSA, yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes. My PSA is, we're doing some hard work first, people. There is
Okay.
no
You got to lay the groundwork.
there is no quick hack here. Okay? None.
It's not like diving in the deep end.
No. We're not doing
You
that.
got to learn how to swim first.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, people. Yes.
All right. Are you going to tell us how to successfully negotiate for ourselves, or are you going to just keep rambling?
First of all,
I'm ready.
yes.
I'm just ready. I'm excited. Let's go.
Two things will occur at the same time. One, I will stop rambling. Two, I don't know if I'm going to successfully explain anything. I'm going to try to explain it.
Okay.
Okay?
We're sort of explaining.
All right, first, here's what you're going to do, people. You're going to Glassdoor or LinkedIn Jobs, okay? I'm sure there are others, but those are good ones to start with.
Oh,
Okay? Just like you said earlier, just put your info in there.
you know what's so bad?
What?
I have LinkedIn. I didn't know there was LinkedIn jobs.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, but I do get offers. That's what that's from.
Yes.
So if people are getting offers
Yes.
in their
Yeah.
messages or alerts or whatever,
Totally. Yeah.
they should check it out.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
All job salary ranges are posted. It's excellent. It's good info. To your point, it's very complicated because you get the range. So you have the low range, you have the high range, of course. And that depends on, number one, where you are on that bell curve, right? If you're entry level or
Okay.
if you're, tenured in a position. And then two, it's also size of company that matters a lot, right?
You need
And-
apples to apples.
And you can't see all that through Glassdoor or LinkedIn
Oh.
Jobs. So that's why you need to get like a lot of data points and sort of really understand where you fit in, right? So, I mean, it's pretty safe to say, like, if you're 5-7 years into your career, you're probably at the middle of that range somewhere if you're at a decent sized company, but like not necessarily. So you have to be careful, but it does give you a good starting point to know if your company even has you in the right ballpark.
okay.
So
Got
step
it.
one, just do research. And I mean, you on Glassdoor, honestly, if you sign up and like, I don't know, I don't know if it's pay for service. I think I pay for Glassdoor, if I remember right, years ago. But like, I think if you just sign up and put in your email, maybe you get like a free trial. Like, you can find a lot of information out, right? Because these are employees entering information.
Oh, on
This isn't
Glassdoor.
like,
Okay.
this isn't like bullshit. This is like colleagues and stuff putting stuff in. So it gives you a really good baseline for sure. Again, recognize your be careful in where you fit into all that. That's
Have
only one data point.
discernment is what you're
Oh
saying.
my God, that should have been our word of the day. Have discernment. Yes.
So have discernment. You got to take everything with like a grain of salt and not just be like, I'm the best of the best and I deserve the top bracket of
Yeah,
this.
unless you're you. But yes, correct.
I would not.
You can't do that.
I
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Check.
Next. So second thing is figure out the competitors in your space specifically, like industry specific, same job.
Other corporations.
Yes,
other
that's another
businesses.
good one.
Okay.
So now you got to go network, right? So now you got to go to networking events, figure stuff out, be at those places, meet people, and sort of understand what's
This seems like
going
a lot.
on. I would hope you would network in your industry, no matter who you are, right? Like you network in your industry, I network, you got to network, right?
But why do I need a network in order to ask for a raise?
You have to understand what other people are paying. So if my competitor down the road is paying $10,000 more for that job than I'm paying, someone gonna walk on me,
Fair.
right? So you got to know.
So just go find a friend in the industry at a different company.
Find a friend in the industry, apply for different jobs? Question mark. Don't take them. Maybe if you still like get your data.
Okay.
Get your data.
However it is.
However it is. Right. Okay. So
Figure
far, so
out,
good.
Figure out what your worth is in your position at different companies.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Because I will tell you this, your company knows how much competitors are paying for that position.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know?
I have an HR department that does this for a living.
Oh,
Yes,
fair.
absolutely.
Okay.
So if you know and your company knows, conversation quickly getting less awkward.
Okay.
You with me?
Okay. That makes sense. So let's say we do the research. I've got my numbers. I know the range. I'm feeling good to be able to have a conversation. Again, do I just walk in and say, hey, I want a raise. I want to talk about it. I should be getting paid XYZ.
Almost. We're getting close. We're not quite there yet. We got to do a little bit more work. Now this is the part where like you need to build your case slowly but steadily. So now this is about your job performance.
Okay. So now this is the personal aspect
Yes,
of it,
yeah,
not
yeah,
just
yeah.
the.
I would highly suggest, right, you start like keeping track, right? In project trackers, I don't care, spreadsheet. I don't care if you keep it in a notebook. It doesn't matter to me. But like projects you've accomplished, things you finished early, clients that you've helped, accolades you've received from clients. Like I'm not talking your regular job description stuff. Like
You're above and beyond.
That's the expectation, right? Maybe colleagues that have called you out for some reason, or you've helped them in some capacity. So you need your. I know this is hard for people, but this is sort of your. I don't want to say bragging points, but
But I don't know if it's so much bragging
It's not
as
bragging.
much as it's like
you've done some
you're
extra
having
work.
an honest conversation
Right.
of here's what was expected of me. Here are some things that I've done excellently.
Yes, I've provided extra value, and here's how I can show you that. You have to have that ready.
Tangibly.
One of those is not enough. Two of those is not enough. But if you literally are
A consistent pattern.
yes, if you regularly keeping track of that, you're in a much better position to start this conversation.
Okay.
We're laying groundwork, remember, okay? And then the last one is make sure all the things that you're just doing here are connecting the dots with what the boss wants. So
you're saying that I can't just take initiative and be like, I did XYZ because I thought it would be a good idea. You're saying
No.
you have to have some sort of
No.
anticipation
So
of
great.
what
Yes.
the boss is looking for or wanting from you in your position.
yes, absolutely. Bigger
then-
goals, more macro goals.
Okay.
A great example where I work. We care a lot about service, but right, we want to make margin. And that is a very challenging.
Avoid waste.
Yeah,
Right.
all the
Yeah.
things. So if we find project manager or account manager going above and beyond, like out servicing our client, I love the concept. But if
But
we
it doesn't
gave away
produce numbers.
if we gave away margin because of it, well then did they solve the problem? So I need to do
Right.
both at the same time. I need to excite my client, make them love me, but I also have to make money while I'm doing it. And those don't always correlate together. And so we have to be careful with you walking in the office saying, company A loves me, company B loves me, client C loves all the things. And you're like, yeah, except you're.
Well, it goes back to your brass tacks, right? Where at the end of the day, if you're not aligned with your company goals, then it doesn't matter what you are doing or not doing.
You're in left field. It doesn't work. Right. So important stuff.
So like somewhere in there before this,
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you're aligned and understand your company's goals
Yes, you do.
and where their trajectory is.
Yeah.
And to also understand what your role is and your participation in
Correct.
that trajectory and how you are adding to the company's top line.
In all cases, yes, because you can't just disappear on your boss and just assume you walk in his office after 6 months or 1 year and be like, hey, I want the raise. Hey, here's this paper of all the things I've just done well. Hey, here's what I think my salary. Like, even if you do all the groundwork that I'm talking about, there's still the regular conversation that you're alluding
But then that
to.
also, I would assume, means that you need to have a relationship with your
Yes.
boss.
Oh, no. Duh
and you
and
need
duh.
to tune in
Duh
to
and duh. Yes.
what you're doing, make sure it's aligning,
Yes.
check in with your boss
Yes. So remember
as you're making progress.
do you remember at the beginning when you were like, I said, we're going to make this not awkward. And you were like, I don't think so. So if you're doing what you're suggesting right now, which is have these regular check-ins, this conversation is not awkward.
So
Because
then,
every week you're in the boss's office. Can you imagine if you were in the boss's office once a week for 30 minutes, you had your 1v1, and you were like, hey, what are your expectations? Are we meeting company goals? Here's what I'm working on. Are these priorities correct? You're not talking about a raise. You're just aligning every
right,
week
so then
over and over and over.
realistically,
Right.
this podcast isn't necessarily just about asking for a raise or how to do it, but it's how to be a better professional
Absolutely.
overall and to be better at your job, which ultimately
Okay, totally, yes.
leads you
Yes.
to have the ability to ask for a raise in a very comfortable space and position.
Yes. We're
and
trying
not
to,
just like
I'm with you. Okay.
awkward turtle.
So we should rename this podcast title. Good for you. The whole episode. I love it.
No, but I
no,
don't
no,
think
you're
if
onto
you
something.
think about it, though,
I like the way you
I
connected
don't
all those dots.
think
That's good.
that
That's good.
when you think about asking for a raise, that we necessarily think that it's the connections that we have prior to asking for the raise.
Yes. It is.
But you need to start a relationship.
It is. You absolutely do. And when
A positive one.
And when those people walk in the office and sit down with me, it makes the conversation really easy.
And then you listen.
Right.
Probably better.
All the
Sometimes.
time. Absolutely.
Okay.
I love the way you put that all together. Job well done.
Okay. So I have checked Glassdoor. I've gone on LinkedIn. I've figured out what I should be making for my position.
Okay.
I've now networked. I've made friends. I see what other companies are doing. And I've created a relationship with my boss. I've bought into the fact that I am part of the solution, not the problem. And I've now documented all the different things that I have done that aligns with the company goals. Then I just walk straight up into his office and flop it down on the table and say, hey, where's my raise?
I would like to see you flop down on the table and say, like a fish, like flop down right there on the table. Almost. You're really close. So no, you're not just walking right in.
So then how are you supposed to know when's the right time?
So you got to know the flow of the company. So back to your whole point of understanding the relationship with your boss, let's make sure you're
too complicated.
No, it's not.
What flow of the company?
Do you want to give Bethany a raise when you just lost your 3 largest clients? And Bethany walks in.
So really what you're saying is having a pulse on the company.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Understood.
In my business, we play by months, but really quarters. So at the end of the quarter, if we have a shitty quarter,
Don't
someone
go and
walks in my office and says like, hey, I really want to talk about that. And they're all ready. Right. But I'm not ready because I'm like, oh,
well, you don't
God,
have
I have different pressures.
Right. You don't have the flex of.
No, it's not. It's
not even flex, but you don't have the capability of spending extra money per se if you have a bad quarter. So you're really got to know what's going on in the company and be anticipatory of what maybe the next quarter is going to look like. You know, if your company's doing well, that might be a good time to ask. But if you're
totally
in the
have to know all those
tank,
things.
then don't.
Yeah, because if you don't
add extra stress.
Yes, there's an added stress. So no matter who's in front of me, I'm thinking of the macro goals of the company, and timing could be off. So it just sucks. So you have to. I think you said it right. Have a good pulse, right? The good news is you can tell when timing's better.
Is it more than just if the company is doing well?
That's one of them.
Okay.
Right? Another one will be like big wins, client wins. A lot of times it's about clients, right?
Okay.
If you win a new client or you're happy about something or I'm happy, whatever it is.
Well, and especially if you were part of that process of bringing on a new client then.
Totally.
Okay.
Another one is if you're taking on new responsibilities. That's a key one. Like
someone got fired, I'm taking in, filling in for them. Okay.
Either you're doing that because you wanted to go above and beyond, or your boss has asked for some help because someone writes out on maternity leave or someone was let go. Another one is during your performance review cycle. That like if you actually have performance review cycle, that's totally a fine time to ask. Like
and then do you ask or do you wait for them to?
Yeah, in that case, you wait for them.
Okay.
You wait for them to sort of go through it. And then I would say, oh, okay, thank you so much. And then we're going to negotiate from there, of course. But my point is all those are kind of key indicators on when to ask versus walking in at the wrong time. So definitely need to know the pulse. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You got to have some momentum. Okay.
Any more hacks you got?
Can I do a fun fact? Can I just go fun fact?
Oh, sure.
It's not really a fun fact. It's like a fun tip.
Okay.
Can I do a fun tip?
Yes.
Okay. Pro tip. Can I do pro tip?
Oh, a pro tip's
Let's
better
do pro
probably.
Tip. Okay. We're not going to lead with the word raise. We're not going to say the word raise.
Okay, because it's like a red flag.
Yeah, right. Thank you. We're going to start with something else. We're going to start with like, hey, can we set up a time to talk about my role and growth over the next year? Right? We're coding it a little bit, right? You see what I'm saying there?
You say coding, we're kind of coaching.
We're coaching, way less pressure, right? Easily opens the door. And then when you have the meeting, the goal isn't to surprise your boss. It's like, remember at the beginning, earlier we were talking about relationships and all this whole thing about alignment, right? Now your job is to like sort of connect all the dots that we're laying out in front of them. So we're going to make this convo go a lot better by not just saying the word raise and red flagging. You with me?
Yes.
We're not catching the boss off guard. That is not the plan.
Right,
Ever.
right.
So here's how it would generally go.
Growth.
Right. So let's say you
potential.
have a regular one-on-one with your boss. So you'd go into that meeting and say, hey, I'd like to talk about my growth, my value with this company. When would you like to talk about that? Give them a bit of an out. You're not jamming it down the throat. And they'll be like, oh, next week, let's talk about it next Wednesday. Then the boss is ready. He knows you've set the stage, right?
You've dropped a little bit of a hint.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're prepping. You don't walk in and say, I'd like to talk about the growth of the company right now today. You still don't do that. You sort of give the prep.
Okay.
You with me?
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Now can we do what we've all been waiting for?
Yes.
Can we get to the actual script?
Oh, are we going to go like
Yes.
back and forth?
We're not back and forth.
Oh,
This is no.
okay.
All right, let's start. Here's how this is going to go. We're going to
Ready.
start with something super simple.
Okay.
This is literally the entrance. I really enjoy working here at X company, whatever it is, right? I was excited to help onboard new client. I was excited about beating the sales number. I was excited about whatever thing you want to lead with, finishing that project ahead of schedule.
Sounds good.
And I'd love to discuss how my role has evolved in the last 3 months, 6 months, 9, whatever it is, and talk about whether or not we can review my compensation to reflect those changes.
Oh.
That's the start. Like,
that was very fun.
that's literally the start. It's super simple. We're not trying to like get all weird about the whole thing. Like just
Okay.
you go super direct at it. That's it. Unless it's performance review, like you said, in which case, if they offer you the increase, you can say that same statement. Hey, I've really enjoyed working here at this company, and here's what I've been doing and what I've been up to.
Right.
And I'd like to talk a little bit more about the compensation you just offered.
So it kind of just slides in.
Yeah. So
Okay.
either way, you're gonna start with the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I feel like it's easier said than done. Like I feel like you've lived through these moments so many times that it doesn't faze you anymore. But for somebody who's just doing it, I feel like they're going to be super worried about it, maybe anxious. Like it's not.
Yes.
You make it sound so easy.
Back to my child. No, I understand that. But like the script is like the stage is set, right? We just talked about this whole thing. So like you are going to at some point have to put on big boy pants. This is going to have to happen. So when you get down to it, start with gratitude. I love working here, right? That's super important. Have your spreadsheet so you actually can cite your information. You don't have to say it word for word on the spreadsheet, but like you should bring it in the room with you and have it available. Shows that you're conscientious, shows that you care. You can absolutely say, it's super important, hey, I've researched similar roles, and based on what I'm finding, the value that my job brings in this industry space is X. Just don't be petty. Don't compare yourself. That's lame. But at some point, you're going to have to be very clear that you believe that your value based on your data is important and that you would like your salary adjusted accordingly. And that has to come out of your mouth. And as uncomfortable as it is, if you did all the things to have the relationship with your boss, the way we said, for months and months and months, and then subsequently the week before you said, hey, I'd like to talk about adjusting my compensation, they're ready for this conversation. It shouldn't be this uncomfortable. It's only uncomfortable if you skip steps. Does that make sense?
Sure. So let's say I do everything like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But then my boss goes, I love your enthusiasm. Thanks so much for taking initiative. But no. What do you say then? What do you do?
No. Like this isn't a rape case, dude. No doesn't mean no. Like no means yes in a lot of these cases. Okay.
Oh my God.
This is serious. Okay. No doesn't mean no. No means
Not right now.
correct. No means pause.
Hmm.
We're pausing. Yes.
Okay.
No, bear with me because I have my
I'm listening.
I'm telling you, I have my own stresses. I have my own problems. My budget cycle's off. I have to.
Sure,
It's in
like,
3
I get
months,
all
it's
of
gonna have
that.
all this stuff. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So
not
then how do you know when to ask again? How do you know when to not take no as a no?
because you're not going to, you're always going to stay curious. You're always going to ask questions. So here's what I would say. I totally get it. Timing's off right now. So what would it take for me to earn an increased compensation over the next 6 months? Talk me through that, please.
Okay.
Right?
Fair.
So now your boss has to answer the question.
Okay.
Hey, you missed the mark here and here, or hey, that project that you thought you did so well, I'm taking that a little differently. I thought you just finished it on time. You're saying you finished it a month ahead of schedule. I think we have a misalignment here, right? Okay, got it. So the next
So
time
really what you're saying is you also have to be open for like some criticism to
Yeah.
come back on you, if there is any, but also to keep an
Yes.
open mind. So that way, like there could be a roadmap to the destination of getting your
Yes.
higher compensation.
yes.
But you have to be willing
yes.
to listen and have
Yeah, you got to be
a
open-minded about it.
back and forth conversation.
Rejection, think of rejection as just a progression. It's just a step on the road to progress.
Okay.
So, okay, you're still interested in this company. You like working at the company. Great. And if you don't want to wait 6 months, say, talk me through it. Say, hey, what's it going to take in 3 months?
Oh, okay.
Boss, I'm really excited about this place. Like, I really want to make sure I'm providing you the appropriate value. And I want to make sure I increase my compensation. How does that look for you? Take me through those next steps. So you're putting timelines. So then your next conversation isn't that uncomfortable either.
Okay, so we have this conversation.
Yep.
I took my rejection, made
Yep.
it into progression.
Yep.
And then I just leave?
No, and then but then you're going to follow up.
Oh, I'm going to follow up.
You got to just make sure.
Okay.
Anything's got to be in writing, right?
I mean, we always say document.
Yes. Document. Yes,
Fair.
absolutely. At the end of the day, just write a simple email. Don't copy HR. Don't be a weirdo. Just write it to your boss. Hey, boss, really enjoyed the conversation we had earlier today. I'm looking forward to helping you with X, Y, and Z project, or increasing my value in these areas. And let's get something on the books in 3 months.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You're
Great.
done. It's in writing. There ain't no stopping you now. You're
Great.
ready to go.
Well, email's always gold. I love emails.
Just make sure it's all.
I mean, you also
just make sure it's professional, please.
And if you don't know how to,
Okay.
run it through like Copilot, ChatGPT,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Another thing I just thought of about the whole sending the professional email, or I guess even bigger than that, just taking no gracefully and pushing still, that adds credibility.
Huh.
If you think about your own kids and you say no to one of your kids about something or whatever it is, right?
But my
And-
no means no.
Yeah, but if they come back with an argument and a thought about what they're going to try to do and why they're going to do it differently and how they're going to help, like, you've just increased your stock.
Fair.
In said
I
company.
mean, it's
Because someone's
showing
gonna
that
look-
you can be an independent thinker, right? You can
it's
think
showing-
outside the
and it's
box,
showing you can be malleable.
initiative.
You could be adaptable, that you're not hard-headed. You're like, there's all the things
Yeah.
that a boss likes about you, even in this hard
Fair.
conversation, is still liking about you. You follow
Fair
what
enough.
I'm saying?
I do.
All right.
Huh.
Got it.
Again, I guess it's always looking on the other side of the coin. Okay, but now what if there's actually no money?
What do you mean no money? What the
Like they're
hell?
actually, they can't give you a raise.
Oh, like in your case, like your small business is trying to survive. And Bethany's like, listen, lady,
This guy.
right? I need to negotiate other things. It doesn't have to be money. Like if they really don't have money, they don't have money, right? You're living in a small business. There's 5 employees, whatever it is. Negotiate work from home days. Negotiate more vacation days. Negotiate
Something that's of value to
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Negotiate training or certificates, like the next level in your job. So so if you leave said company, you're ready to go to next company, bigger company, right? So have them pay for
you.
something.
So you're negotiating for growth, whether it not
Yes.
just be monetarily, but it
Yes.
could be growth in education, growth in.
Be creative.
Fair.
Be creative. If they literally look at you and say, guys, I don't have any money in the budget cycle for a full year. And you're like, oh my God, I don't want to wait. Just yes, get creative.
What happens when you still feel like you're underpaid or undervalued?
I don't know. I think it's time to pause, pivot, or peace out.
Oh,
So if you really still
shout
feel like
out.
that, I wouldn't go unprofessional. I wouldn't go crazy, but I'd test the market. That is a statement in itself
Okay.
about the company, about the culture of that company, about what you signed up for. Maybe their values aren't aligning with your values anymore. So that's a moment of clarity for you. Like that I call them God moments where God's whispering in your ear.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. I mean, maybe that's a moment where you go, you know what? I'm going to test the market and see what's out there for me. So
All
it's
right.
not necessarily bad.
Fair. So like boiling it all down then, like you have this conversation. It doesn't really end with a no. It just really is starting a new strategy or a new outlook.
How are you? So
Which I think I
you
know.
say that so
I
sophisticated.
said the pause, pivot, or peace out.
You're crepitating now. I mean, you are just crackling. You're on fire, woman.
But like, if you haven't listened to it, you should go listen to it.
Yeah.
The previous podcast.
Yes.
But it's actually a brilliant way to think.
It is.
Right? Is that this isn't necessarily like asking for it shouldn't have all the anxiety
No.
because you could just be at a turning point in a different way than you knew when going into it.
Yes, absolutely. So here's the issue. You know how we always talk about continuous improvement, right? That like in your life, in business, in anything. That's all this is. Like everybody makes
One
it
step forward.
Everybody makes it so static. I want to have the conversation and be done. And then you want to wait a year and have the conversation. Don't
But
do
I think
that.
that's also
This is a
if you
dynamic conversation. This is all
right, but
about
you have to
continuous
frame it
improvement.
differently in the lens of it is a relationship.
Yes.
So it's an active conversation.
Yes, I love
It's
that.
not just a
Oh my God. John,
question.
I love the way you sum this
okay.
shit up all
Well,
the time.
I mean, we kind of got a little deep there.
We did.
Do you got any fun facts?
Oh,
I love fun facts.
We're fun facting it.
Okay, let's go.
I got
Actually,
fun facts.
okay,
I
I'm
did,
ready.
Which I thought was good, but I'm like, how am I going to
Genuine reaction
How
time.
am I going to fun fact this shit? And I'll be honest, I would have made them up anyway. But I actually found fun facts on how to negotiate a raise.
Okay.
Or I guess just about like random raises and stuff like
I'm
that. in
ready. I
general.
haven't heard these yet. Let's go.
Okay.
Ready.
All right, number one. So we already talked about how salary increases like really didn't start till like the 20th century.
Yeah.
But the first actual recorded salary negotiation happened all the way back in 1869 right after the Civil War, right? A journalist named Jane Cunningham Crawley.
Okay.
Don't quote me. I don't know. Crowley.
Sure.
I don't know. Asked the New York Tribune to pay her the same as her male colleagues. And they
Good
did.
for her.
Yes, they did. The original
All right.
salary queen. Go Jane.
Okay.
Number
I
two.
also love that it's like documented somewhere, like
Right.
1869. Like someone was like,
We have nothing before then. Dig a little
Right,
deeper.
like,
Like,
I mean,
I have
okay.
no idea. That's
Okay,
what do you
okay.
want me to say? Okay,
love it.
number two. Almost 50% of people polled said they'd rather go to the dentist than try to negotiate a raise for themselves. 50% of people.
I mean, fair.
That is so embarrassing.
I
That's
like
an
the dentist,
actual
though.
stat.
I
from
like the
s-
I like the dentist.
You're insane. Get
Okay.
on it, people.
Fair enough.
The same way you go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned twice a year. I have an idea. When you go to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned, remind yourself that that's when you're supposed to go into your boss's office. Yay. Okay. Number three. People who negotiate their salary, this one's going to blow your mind. It's just blow your mind. People who negotiate their salary even once in their life, one time in their life, can earn up to $500,000 to $1 million more than someone who didn't. Like in
Wow.
the same lifetime.
That's significant.
It seems impossible, but you're a math major, so we're going to do some math here. Okay. 2 people make $100K.
Yep.
One person asks for a raise, gets 10%. Now he's making 110.
Yep.
The other person doesn't. He's stuck at 100.
Correct.
Okay. Then for literally the next 30 years, each of them get the same raise every year. We'll just call it like 3% cost of living. Like, so first year there's a $10,000 difference.
Right.
Then every subsequent year there's just 3% on
Just
top of that.
COLA.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So over that 30 years, the guy who got that extra $10,000
Right.
has $500,000
that makes
extra
sense.
dollars.
Because then you're
Yes.
talking about compounding.
Yes, that's exactly my point. People aren't
increases.
thinking about
Yes.
that. Right. So that doesn't even include vacation payout, 401k match, bonuses based on your salary.
Yeah.
So that can easily add up to, in that case, $750,000, $800,000 over the course of your lifetime. Yes.
Fair.
Like it's
So at least ask once
it's
early on is what you're
bonkers.
saying. But it's also what we tell people with investing, like invest
yes.
early,
Invest early.
right?
Oh my God.
So ask raise early. I
Oh my-
mean,
so remember the kid that asked me about the raise?
yeah.
I'm going to send him over to you.
Oh,
I'll be like, hey, if you get that raise, invest. Invest over at
I think I know which one it is.
Okay. And finally, business coaches say the smartest thing you could do after you state the amount of money you're looking for, it's like, I am looking for X,
Right.
is to say nothing. Go silent.
Well, because now the ball's in the other person's court.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is psychology, guys. Listen up. The average person can't handle more than 3 seconds of silence. I personally can't handle more than 0.5 seconds of silence. But most people can't. I'm a terrible negotiator. What do you want me to say? Okay, 3 seconds. But the first one to speak loses leverage all the time.
Huh.
So you have to say, I was thinking more like $10,000 and literally shut your mouth.
All right.
Super hard to do, but it's very expensive if you speak first.
Interesting.
That's all I got. Fun facts out.
Oh, I like it. I mean, I especially love when you have math and you have psychology and
Let's
awkward
go.
silences.
make it last
Come
trip.
on. So I think at the end of the day, like you actually just need to know your self-worth. And you need to get over your fears. You
Yep.
need to just go for it, and then you need to shut your mouth. So besides those things, is
Yep.
there anything else that we need to know as we wrap it up as like my hard hit list that you will so likely like to give me at the end and tie with a bow?
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Let me go through a few things.
Call to
here.
action.
I'll do
Anything else I should do?
I'll do a read, listen, watch, and talk. How's that?
Oh,
My quick list.
that's a different one.
right?
Okay,
Show me the
here we
money.
go.
Okay, so read Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss.
Okay.
It's by far a gold standard of like how to negotiate. Like negotiation 101. You will be like the Jedi master of how to negotiate. Read it, people. Okay. 2, listen to a podcast called Negotiate Anything with Kwame Christian. They're all sorts of like short, easy episodes about everyday negotiating moments and how to use leverage. We talked about leverage. Use it to your advantage because people don't understand how they have leverage or when they do and when they don't. Super important. Watch Casey Brown's TED Talk. TED Talks. We love TED Talks.
Oh, I do love TED Talks.
The secret of getting paid what you're worth. It's only 8 minutes long. So
Ooh.
super worth it.
Quick.
The secret of
watch.
getting paid what it's worth. Chris Brown's TED Talk.
Okay.
And then last, just talk about this. So find a mentor, career coach, old person like me, whatever. Spend an hour role playing this conversation. Okay.
Okay.
Because like think about it like this: 50% of the people would rather go to a dentist. 60% of the people didn't negotiate their raise. Nobody likes to talk about it. So if you can't even talk about it with a friend and role play it,
How can you
how
talk
the
about it with
hell
your
are you
boss?
going right? Bingo.
Yeah.
So I told my kid, I'm like, come home. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You're going to role play it with me. And if you can get good at role playing it, this conversation gets easier because the words start to come. And you're like, okay, I don't use the word raise. I use compensation, or I use, hey, I want to talk about my value and my growth.
Right.
And all of a sudden those words get more comfortable to you. Yeah. So whatever. That's if you want to do some more heavy lifting and dig a little deeper. And then finally, remember these relevant details to seem sort of sophisticated, people. Number 1, do your homework first. Research your market value on Glassdoor, LinkedIn, or PayScale. Know what your role is worth in your industry and region before you ever say a word. Number 2, build your case months in advance, like we were saying. Start today. Keep track of wins, results, ways you've gone above and beyond in your job description. Document everything. Projects finished, cost savings, new responsibilities. Keep it all in the spreadsheet, Word doc, whatever, however you keep your notes. Number 3, pick the right moment. Timing is everything. We talked about that. After the big win, during a review season, or right after you've taken on more responsibility. Don't do it when the company's struggling or your boss is drowning. Read the room. Know the pulse of your company, like Amanda said. Number 4, lead with the word growth, not with the word raise. Frame the conversation around your evolving role and contributions. Can we talk about my growth and impact this year? Sounds way better than I want a raise, please. And finally, if they say no, keep the conversation going. Ask what it would take to earn it. Document the plan and follow up later. And if there's truly no room, negotiate other perks or start exploring what the market says you're worth. That's it.
All right. And there you have it, dear listeners, the art of asking for a raise. It isn't greedy, awkward, or pushy. It's strategic self-advocacy. And whether you're gearing up for your first big ask or realizing it's time to walk across the street to someone who actually might pay you what you're worth, the goal is still the same: alignment, confidence, and a career that matches your contribution. So if we did our job today, you're walking away with a clear plan, a bit more courage, and hopefully the realization that the most sophisticated thing you can do at work isn't working harder, it's asking for what you deserve. So polish the spreadsheet, pick your timing, and be ready to practice your pause after you say the number. Silence is golden. If you like what you heard, hit subscribe, drop us a review, or send this episode to your coworker who's definitely underpaid but too scared to ask. And remember, knowing your worth is only one step. Asking for it is where the magic happens. So until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and get compensated.